What's up everybody? Weston here with The Hidden Given, back with another daily deck tech video. And have you ever been sitting around and get challenged to how to build a deck? Well, this viewer request, I'm not gonna lie, really challenged me, and I think I failed on it. I really do. So the request was for Kefka Court Mage, but make it fun. And that is like challenge level impossible. As I was digging through Scryfall, digging through like every known resource for ideas on how to make Kefka fun, the only thing I could think of is an obscure strategy, which I don't think is going to work very well. But let's see, all right? Let's get into it, shall we? So, who is Kefka Court Mage? Kefka is a 4/5 for 2 generic, a blue, a black, and a red. He is from one of the Final Fantasies. I don't know which one. He was not from Final Fantasy X, which is the only one I've played. Whenever Kefka enters or attacks, each player discards a card, yes you too, and all your opponents. Then you draw a card for each card type among cards discarded this way. And then you can pay 8. Each opponent sacrifices a permanent of their choice. Transform Kefka, activate only as a sorcery. And then he becomes Kefka, Ruler of Ruin, which is a flying creature. And whenever an opponent loses life during your turn, you draw that many cards. We're not really gonna flip him today. We're gonna do this. However, from the times I've played against him on Arena and in on Spell Table, it's always people playing things like Narset, getting people to discard all their stuff, just really painful. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna skip down to one card and tell you what our secret other commander is in this deck. And our other secret commander is an enchantment. It's Hive Mind. And this is where I think I screwed up and I got it wrong, friends, because I might be the only person on this planet that enjoys Hive Mind. What is Hive Mind? Hive Mind is a 6-drop enchantment that says whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell, each other player copies that spell. Each of those players may choose new targets for his or her copy. I love this card. I love everything about this card. And it does silly fun things. And so we do have some protection for our Kefka, so that way he doesn't get jibbed immediately. But this is our secret commander, so Kefka or Hive Mind. And the goal is to play lots of spells, have everyone draw lots of cards, and maybe eventually just deck somebody. But let's see what we got here. We got 16 creatures, which is on the low end. But we got Baleful Strix, and enters, draw a card. He's a flying Death Toucher. Blocks. He blocks because people are going to try to kill you. Dothy Voidwalker to steal some things, because although we are trying to make it fun, we're still Kefka, and we got to do some kind of jerkish things, right? He has Shadow, and if a card would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, instead exile it with a Void counter. Then you can tap and sacrifice it, choose an exiled card an opponent owns with a Void counter on it. You may play it this turn without paying its mana cost. Pretty good. Dualcaster Mage, when he enters the battlefield, copy target instant or sorcery spell. You may choose new targets with a copy. He has Flash, so if it's yours, hold priority. If it's opponents, watch them be really confused. We have Go-Go, Master of Mimicry. He is again from one of the Final Fantasies. Which one? Oh! I'm dumb. It says at the bottom, he is from Final Fantasy VI. I believe that is 6, yes. A VI in Roman numerals is 6. Double X. Copy target. Activated or triggered ability you control X times. You may choose new targets for the copies. This ability can't be copied, and X can't be 0. So, you know, when Kefka comes in, copy his ability. You know, that... I tried, and I probably failed. We've got Kami of the Butt Cheeks. He's a 1/3 for 2. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. He is a Howling Mine who just does not like to wear clothes. We have Kess, Dissident Mage, a 3/4 for 4, flying, and during each of your turns, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your graveyard. If a spell cast this way would be put into a graveyard, exile it instead. We have Krang, the All-Powerful. If a player drawing a card causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Whenever a player draws their second card each turn, put a counter on Crank. So you'd put 2 counters on him. We have Kroxa Titan. When he enters the battlefield, sack it, unless it escaped. And then when he enters the battlefield or attacks, each opponent discards a card. Then each opponent who didn't discard a non-land card loses 3 life. And then it has escape. Magus of the Wheel. This is our first of our wheel effects. I did not put Wheel of Fortune in this deck because it costs $400. Sacrifice Magus of the Wheel. Each player discards their hand, then draws 7 cards. We have Nabon, Deal of Iteration. If a wizard entering the battlefield under control causes a triggered ability, Kefka's a wizard. It happens the second time. We have Phyrexian Metamorph in here. He can die to state-based actions if he's a Kefka, but you can also make it so that way, you know, fun times. We have Rankle. When he connects, you can have each player discard a card, each player lose a life and draw a card, or each player sacrifice a creature. See, I'm trying to make this symmetrical. So if if my opponents are gonna hurt, you know, I'm gonna hurt too. Then we have Sauron the Dark Lord. He is a 7/6 for 6. He could be an alternate commander if you really want it to be. If people really get mad at you for Kefka, swap him out with Sauron the Dark Lord. Ward, sacrifice a legendary artifact or a legendary creature. This ward was really good, and now that we have like 1,000 commander legendary creatures and every creature's a legend, it's actually not nearly as good. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, amass 1 orc, and then whenever an army you control deals combat damage to a player, the ring tempts you, and when the ring tempts you, you may discard your hand and draw 4 cards. Spark Double is a clone, but it's not legendary. Stormfist Crusader, if your upkeep, each player draws a card and loses life. And the Locust God, whenever you draw a card, create a 1/1 blue and red insect creature token with flying. So this is in here for all of our wheel effects, because we do have to have a way to actually kill our opponents without being the biggest jerks in the world. And I figure just, you know, swarming them with little locusts is just about on par for Kefka, right? You gotta annoy the bejesus out of people with bugs. We have Blasphemous Edict, makes everybody sack creatures. Dark Deal, each player discards all the cards on his or her hand, then draws that many -1. Diabolic Tutor, I am not usually a huge tutor person, but you know, I did put 1 tutor in here, so if you draw it, you can search up your hive mind. Echoes of Eons, everybody shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library, draw 7 cards. You can flash this back for 3. We have Faithless Looting. Mana Geyser gives you a whole bunch of mana. Ponder, Reforge the Soul. Each player discards their hand and draws 7 cards. You can also Miracle it. Realm Sketching, create a token that's a copy of target artifact, creature, or land. Stitch Together, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Threshold, so if you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard, you can return that card from your graveyard to the battlefield. We're going to have lots because of how much wheeling we're going to be doing. We have Siphon Mind. Each other player discards a card. You draw a card for each card discarded this way. We have Windfall. Everybody discards a hand and draws cards equal to the greatest number of cards in a player discarded this way. Winds of Change. Each player shuffles the cards from their hand into their library, then draws that many cards. Instants. We have a few. We have Big Score. Lets us discard, draw, Thrill of Possibility, discard, draw. Blur, exile a creature you control, then return it, draw a card. Brainstorm is draw, Frantic Search is draw. Cabal Ritual and Seething Song are to help us get our stuff out there, because Kefka's going to die because people hate Kefka, and for good reason. Same with Dark Ritual here. We have Chaos Warp for a little bit of removal, as well as Saw in Half for Kefka. We have what do you call it? Wheel and Deal is also in here, which is any number of target opponents each discard their hand and draw 7 cards, and then we also draw a card. Laughing Mad, as an additional cost to cast this spell, discard a card, draw 2 cards. It has flashback. Artifacts, if you draw Alhalmaret's Archive, if you gain life, gain twice that much. If you draw a card, you except for the first one, you draw 2 cards instead. For Mana Rocks, we have Arcane Signet, Relic of Sara, which is a $15 card. Talisman of Dominance, Talisman of Indulgence, Talisman of Creativity, Soul Ring. We have Conjurer's Closet to blink stuff at end of turn. Howling Mine is in here. We have Panharmonicon, And we have Temple Bell to draw everybody cards because we're going to feel bad about making them discard. We do have Swift Boots for protection. We have Descent into Avernus because we're going to have to speed up this game. Otherwise, people are like, you know what? In a game this annoying, you're going to have to speed it up. See, I secretly knew that I failed at making this deck fun. So instead, I just, made it so the game's over faster. Dictative Crufix and Spiteful Visions are both Howling Mine effects, whereas this one pings everybody when a player draws a card, including yourself. Forced Fruition, whenever somebody casts a spell, they draw 7 cards. Teferi's Angel's Insight, you draw extra cards. Waste Not, whenever an opponent discards a card, if they discard a creature. 2/2 Black Zombie, whenever an opponent discards a land, add double black. Whenever an opponent discards a non-creature, draw a card. Leyline of Anticipation, you can play your stuff as though it were Flash. For our lands, nothing too fancy. We do have Rogue's Passage because I put Rogue's Passage in everything. And we do have Reliquary Tower because it's actually necessary in this deck because we draw a bunch of cards. But yeah, that was my attempt at a fun Kefka Commander deck. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And also just feel free to roast me because I know that I failed miserably at it. If you feel that I'm doing a good job, subscribe. You don't have to, only if I've earned it. And if you want to see your commander made into a deck tech, drop it in the comments down below. But as always, I'm Weston with the Hidden Given, and I'll be back tomorrow with another daily deck tech video.